All right, hi everybody. First off, I hope everybody is doing well. I know this is crazy times, so we're going to do the best that we can. And my goal for this online learning that we're going to do is try and keep it as normal as possible, even though I know that this is not normal. But you'll see that when you guys look at my calendar, I'm going to try and keep everything to kind of like the same vibe, same kind of routine as we do things. But this week is going to be a little bit interesting because of the fact that we've never done this before. I think the district wants us to kind of start off a little slow and then kind of work our way into this thing because it might potentially be longer than the 2 weeks that we have. So I want to just go over some features with you of what we're going to be doing, what your assignments are, and how you're going to go about doing these things. I try to keep it as straightforward as possible so that you have the ability to do it independently as you're doing it. I'll go over my office hours and how you can access those as well. Um, but basically, the idea of using this calendar is going to be the same, right? The blue is the day to day kind of what you should be working on, and the green is what dates do, just like we've done in class before. And I'm sticking by the whole Mondays or notes, and then assignments or labs are going to be due on Friday. So those things won't change as we're going through it. But anyway, let's just talk about this week. My plan is also to kind of give you these video recordings once a week at the very beginning, just to outline where we're headed for that week, so that way you have an understanding. And if you don't quite get it, you can always email me and ask for clarification. But I'll talk a little bit more about office hours too, where you can get a little bit more directly, you can get a hold of me. But first thing is Wednesdays when we start these FID days, right? Flexible instructional days where we start our online. And so the district has kind of created these packets for us to create. And they're 10 days long to first off. And they've broken up into days, right? And basically it's a review of really sixth and seventh grade to get you kind of going on those. Um, what we're going to do is we're going to start with those. And then next week, we'll get back into our eighth grade curriculum, right? You'll notice that these packets won't hit our curriculum all that much. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with those, start a little bit easy, and then we'll head there and start on this. When I grade these, I'm going to be grading these things as a just a completion assignment. So do the best that you can. I urge you guys to work together on these if you want to, if you can work on those by yourself too. But basically, the thing is you're going to click on each day, right? So I'm going to click on day one, and when you click on the assignment, it'll tell you exactly what I want you to do. So please read the directions carefully. Everything that we do on this packet is going to be done through through Socrative. I think that's the easiest way for me to get these questions out to you, and then you'll get instant feedback. Um, but the idea is that for you, it's just, hey, let's see how much you can remember from sixth and seventh grade. As you're going through it, the short answer questions are optional, so I just want to make sure that you understand that part. If you try your best on them, if you don't know the answer, that's fine. You can skip them, or you can look at it. You can use this is not a quiz by any means, so I don't want you to think that I'm scoring you like a quiz. I know we use Socrative usually for quizzes, but this is just the easiest way for me to get this out to you. Okay, so this is basically what you're going to be clicking on every single day to see what you're doing. To click on that, so to get your assignments. Okay, so if you click on it, it'll go straight there to it. Going back to this right here, you'll also notice, and again, day two, it'll have it right here, and then same thing with day three. And so what you'll notice is that all three of these is going to be due on Friday. If you're spending more than 30 minutes, I would say, on these assignments, I would say that you're spending too much time on them. So please don't stress out about these assignments. Do the best that you can with it. So as we're going. Now, every other day, I'm going to have these things called office hours. And basically, the way I'm structuring it is I'm having it on a Google Doc. So when I click on it, all right, you'll notice it says from 10 to 12. So my office hours is going to be from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. every other day. And I've kind of highlighted which days that I have them on. So that way you can kind of see, okay, when does Mr. Roseni have these office hours? Basically, the idea is when you click on it, right, it'll take you to the document right here. And it's a place where you can just kind of get a little bit more immediate feedback from me because I'll be by my computer during this time where you can ask questions about the assignment. It could be other things. But ultimately, I don't want this to be this is not a hangout. This is a place where you are to ask questions and because you have concerns or you want to know how to do a certain problem. I think this will be more helpful as we get towards the curriculum and you have to do more of the labs and activities that are going to go along with the curriculum that starting next week. But this is one method. So I posted how you can go about getting to me. So number one, you can actually write on the document itself right here. So you can just kind of type here your question. Um, there's also a chat icon here. I don't know if it's enabled for you. So if right next to here, there's a little chat. If there is not, then I guess it's not enabled for students. It might be only just enabled for only teachers. I thought that maybe this would be another option too as well as we're going through this to use this little chat if you wanted to use this chat to get a hold of me. And then the other method is through email, right? You can always email me. I will be on this document from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. The one thing I will say is I do have 3 kids at home. So if you do type something up and you don't get an immediate, like to the second response, it's probably because I'm doing something with my kids. They probably had a question for me because they're doing also their assignments as well. So most likely they're working on their assignments while I have my office hours. So be patient with me on those. It might take a couple minutes for me to respond back to you, but I will respond to you if you type something in this during the office hours. All right. Like I said again, I will also. I mean, you can always email me as well off hours as well on email. It'll probably be a little bit later that I'll get back to you on that. But that's another way to get a hold of me as well. But just know that every other day I will be having office hours for you to kind of have questions that you want to do. Okay, so I mean that's kind of like the nitty gritty of this week. You'll notice that next week we kind of go into more of these kind of the science packets that the district has created. But I'm going to also start to add in our 8th grade science curriculum. I'm going to try and like modify the labs that you might have done at school to something that you can do at home. So that way you can do that. And I'll talk more about that next week. So that'll be something that I will record and kind of get that out there. But I'm going to make a lot of these kind of like video tutorials on how to do things to help you kind of navigate through this whole situation. So if you have questions or comments or concerns, whether it's because you don't have internet access or whatever, this is flexible times, guys. So just always speak up, email or whatever, any of your concerns or questions if you have it. Okay, and we'll do the best that we can with what we do. I know this week will be a little bit trying to figure out and navigating all this stuff, but I think as we get a little bit into it, you'll start to get a little bit of that rhythm going. But like I said again, I'm going to try and keep the routine the same here. That's the goal for this. Okay. All right. So stay safe. Be well. I'll talk to you guys soon. All right. Bye bye.